wanna change, but you still there, laying down, bend it over. Break it down, back it up. I just got you a flight, a couple down, don't gas me up. And now you think the words in your
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a beautiful day. And let me just tell y'all something. I'm loving life. You know why? It's a thirsty Thursday. And you know what that means? Everybody out there is grabbing the best because they're getting ready because it's the 48-hour Friday, as I also like to say. Grab your Tito's because it is the best spirit in the world. Sit back and relax because Johnny Radio's happy hour is going to take you on a nice little ride for the next 2 hours. And we're talking with Isaac Simpson. We'll talk some hoops and basketball. What up with that Grizzlies team, man? We're going to also talk just basically because, you know, I'm kind of feeling it. And I hate to say it. I want to know what my homie thinks about his Cowboys. And I love, you know, Isaac loves his Cowboys. Jared, I don't know this. Who is your football team?
The Saints.
So, you know, Darian's a 49ers fan. So he loves the 49ers. Just absolutely adores them. So he's all up in that business. So the fact that we have a Dallas and a 49ers, dude, it always makes me excited. And again, the players, I don't know if you know this. They're releasing, you know, their top 100 players, and it's been that slow drip.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss that as well.
That's the one where Lamar went
dropped to 69.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro, was it just because they were like, I mean, I know they couldn't all got together and said, we're going to get him at the number 69. Like, I'm a childish person.
Or they listened to the show and they were upset with you last. You know, they heard you being upset in week 1.
Okay, again, still, that's the whole reason the season went south. You have a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter and you blow it.
With like 7 minutes to play or something like that.
Do you remember that first week, how large that was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I forgot how pissed off until you remind me I was of that.
That's one of your great rants.
That was the greatest run that I've ever had in week 1. I was 7-0.
That was a great rant, bro.
And had a crazy lockup.
And you had a valid reason to snap.
And I mean, dude, we talking about a game where I was going to like have to report. I was going to definitely, because I'm not going to do it. I ain't doing it, man. I'm going to deposit in 2 different sections. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going up. Don't be putting 10 grand in. They're going to hold it, notify the government. Man, anything 10 or over, buddy, this is annoying as hell. You're like, wait, what do you mean? Oh, thanks. And then you don't do it again. But that hurt.
Yeah.
Now I realize why they dropped him, because I know they also are betting. Nobody. That was Monday night. Remember?
Yeah.
Everybody was at home betting, even
Sunday
them.
Night. That was a Sunday night game.
Was it the Sunday night game?
Yeah, it was a Sunday night game.
Oh, that was the greatest.
Ravens and the Bills in Buffalo.
Yeah, I went from the highest of high that I've ever had on that was a gut punch, right in the keister. But I will tell you, again, we are getting close. What are we? 46 days away from college football beginning.
Should be 45, huh?
Is it 45 now?
Yeah.
The Field Steel magazine is out.
Yeah, dude.
It's time.
My man Red, he is so fired up. In fact, Red texted me this morning. He's like, hey, man, let's get in here and start talking a little football there. You know what I'm saying?
Is this my guy Red?
Yeah. He's like, damn it, I want to hear about it. Did you see Ole Miss? The opening line is Ole Miss -6 in Nashville. What do you say? I say, Ole Miss, hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are we?
We ain't gonna argue with Red.
No. And I'm telling you right now, man, I also have to say, I feel Red. Again, and do y'all realize, by the way, and I know sounds crazy with all the football and the fact that, you know, we got England, who had the most monumental, stupid collapse in soccer history. It was like the biggest choke job. It was worse than the Spurs up 29. So I don't even want to talk about English. Y'all go eat your spotted dick and crumpets. Man, smoke you a few fags and take your accent back across the damn pond.
You know, they're served with warm custard.
Dude.
Yuck.
Yuckity. Did you see I sent you a picture, all y'all a picture of the dessert?
Right, that's what I said. That's what I responded back. Like,
Yeah.
"It's
Oh, did you?
custard."
I ain't gonna lie to you. I put the phone away and went to work and could not pull it out for hours upon hours upon hours.
Sound like me on Saturdays.
I was agitated because I was dancing yesterday. I'm sitting here going, England is so far up. They're up. This is the game. Up 1. And you sit there and say, John, what do you mean they're so far up? They're up 1-0. They were dominate. They dominated, and then they just went and like played not to lose. And I don't know if you know what happens when you play not to lose.
You really lose.
You lose. Like, just sit back and take it. And you're like, what? I'm just like, in boxing, does it make sense? I've just won the first 9 rounds and come in there in 10. You're like, I'm just, I got it. I'm just going to sit back and let them beat on my dome and take it. Because that's what England did, choke artists, losers.
Yeah.
Do we have even a soccer person to talk anything about it?
Not till tomorrow.
But I do have Evie Van Pelt today.
Hey, it's even better.
I'm so excited because speaking of the opening lines for college football, because that's where I was before I started talking about, because the Buffalo Bills also reminded me how much I can't stand England. But I will tell you I'm just going to say this other one little sidebar. I don't think it's going to be, I'm going to all of a sudden be like watching the soccer thing on a reg. Because there's just too many. Like, there's just too many players. Too many leagues. There's
too damn emotional.
They are very emotional.
Like, they lose their poise level of emotion.
Oh, yeah.
And it costs them in the game level emotional.
I mean, it's the sport you have to be the most conditioned to play.
This is true.
When you're tired, you're going to make
can I just tell you something? Yeah.
irrational reactions.
This is true.
That field... I mean, the dimensions are insane. We talked about it. What, 120 by 80 yards? 120 by 80 yards.
Yeah, that's long.
It is big. And those dudes, by the way, I don't know if you know this.
And wide.
They don't like sub in and out hardly. Have you noticed that? Like most of them homies.
So many during the course of
the match you only get so many. But most of those homies out there being playing that 97, 96 minutes because they always get that extra time.
Right.
I mean, that is an impressive feat.
And even these last 2 matches, they were played indoors, but they still have to hydrate. It's still humid as hell.
Yeah, it really is.
So
they have the hydration break, but it ain't much.
It's Atlanta and Dallas in July. What you expect,
But the thing about it is, I'm not going to be like, I don't think all into it, but I do have to admit, this World Cup has given me a complete newfound look for soccer and respect.
I'm actually going to start to watch some club play, but I'm not adopting a team. And then I just want to keep up with the players more, the stars. So when we come back around for this thing in 2030, I'll be more in tune.
I just feel like it'd be so difficult. Like, I like it. Like, I can't even say the people's names.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
It don't help that I've been watching on Telemundo, and the only thing
I love watching on Telemundo because goal. It's just the excitement, bro.
I understand goal, and when they call David Beckham a Spice Boy,
I missed that one.
He called it yesterday when he was up in the stands after Gordon scored the goal for him. They going crazy. They mentioned that Spice Boy was up there.
Spice Boy. That's just too much.
He was with his wife, too, so, hey, it fits.
But, yeah, man, what is it, like an absolute choke job? I have to say, this is one I can't sit there and complain about the officials in Argentina. Because, like, I know I jinxed them with Walk Like an Egyptian. I know that they somehow, like, pulled it out their keister also against,
Egypt.
No, it was
other day, Switzerland. Cabo Verde.
Switzerland.
All of them were the same.
That's what it was. Because after the England game and the comeback down 2, and they did in the last, like, hell, I mean, it was 0-2 with, I think, 79 minutes and like 55 seconds or something. 3
goals in like 13 minutes, man.
And it was like boom, boom, boom.
And yesterday they scored the second goal, take the lead right at 90.
We were playing the Bengals, and by the time Walk Like the Egyptian went off, man, I jinxed them so bad it was 2-2. I was like, holy cow.
I'm not gonna put that one on us, John. But unless we just want to be infamous, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get us. I felt bad.
I bump walk like an Egyptian again because it was a banger 40 years ago.
It was a banger, dog. But as my good buddy read, and I was trying to mention, because we're going to talk with Evie Van Pelt today at 12 o'clock. So you know what that means, don't you? We're going to talk a little Ole Miss football. And if you look at those opening lines, it's got to get you a little bit excited because, yes, sir, Rebob.
And you know next week is SEC Media Day, and I got Brett will be headed to Tampa.
And I'm excited for next week. He's going to join us every single day, if you didn't know. So for all you college football fans, all the ACC crap you've been watching, man, get ready, move over. Here comes the SEC Media Days. I'm fired up for it. I mean, I am so stoked also about the Louisville Ole Miss game in Nashville at Nissan Stadium, okay?
That's a good neutral spot for both
Dude,
schools.
Ole Miss is currently a 6-point favorite. Trinidad is back.
That's Sunday
Lacey's
or Saturday?
back. That's Sunday,
That's a Sunday?
September
Okay.
6th, dog.
Okay.
Hotty toddy!
I'll be planning in New Orleans watching.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, we're going to talk a lot of Ole Miss football at 12 o'clock today. And then you got Clemson and LSU also in that week 1, which is, or is it week 0 or week 1? I think that's week 1.
Week 1 is Labor Day week.
Yeah, that's it. Week 1. So we got an unbelievable slate, especially of some SEC action. Again, I think Louisville, Ole Miss, Nissan Stadium, Sunday is buck wild. But on Saturday, how about that Clemson LSU game? Because it's Lane Kiffin's first. He likes to run it up. You know Lane. He wants to make a large impression. Now,
Dabo out of Dodge.
we've
man.
got a whole little thing we need to also talk about LSU and the recruiting class and how it ended up. We haven't even touched upon that, by the way. We will get into that. If you don't know, you're going to learn. If you don't know, you're going to find out. But you got the Tigers playing the Tigers. Dabo, I cannot stand. Lane, I hate to say it, I really like him.
Death Valley against Death Valley.
And yeah, Death Valley, the real Death Valley against the bougie one that's going to have somebody blow their knee out running down that stupid ass hill.
Clemson's the bougie one.
I mean, they just dumb and bougie, and they have the little lazy river, and Dabo always whining like he just came off like he's the original Karen.
And I'm kind of scared of Mike the Tiger. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and they do have it like a tiger. Like, come on now, how bougie is that? What, you Mike
They
Tyson?
got a
No, I don't
Creole
think so.
tiger. It ain't the same kind of tiger.
It's a Bengal.
Yeah.
But this is still not I just don't respect this Clemson team or the ACC. I don't think they're going to be that great. If you've been watching them, I mean, come on now. What are we talking about?
I mean, Duke was their champion.
Dude, and Miami, they got, Mensa, who they stole from Duke.
They did.
And he's got I'll admit, he's got some skills. And Tony's one of the best wide receivers that has how many receptions? 100 and did he get to 110 last year?
I'll check that out.
Because Malachi Tony, if y'all don't remember last year, the kid from Miami, he was a true freshman.
17 years old.
17-year-old young man. Kind of reminded me of one of his best buddies who played each other, Jeremiah Smith. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremiah Smith was a great, great freshman. They played different styles, but man, Tony can get up and go and do anything. So him and Mensa should be electric. And they have they're always going to have a great offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, their coach was
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly right. Mario Cristobal is a former offensive lineman, an offensive line dude, and they are big. If you don't remember that big left tackle last year who got drafted by, oh damn, it just escapes me now. But Francis something. Anyway, point is, do you remember how nasty he was?
Yeah.
Man, again, if you reading from the field still in the Bible, this offensive line could be just as good.
Malachi Tony, 109 catches.
Oh my gosh, he was one away from 110.
1,211 yards, 10 scores. 11.1 per percent.
Freshman.
As a true freshman.
17 years old.
5'11".
But let's be real. I ain't worried about no daggum LSU. I hate to say it. I also know that Lane Kiffin likes to run that John up.
Yeah.
if he gets a chance to beat up on Dabo,
Oh, you're gonna put 50 up on Dabo.
and it's at 6:30, that game is actually at Tiger Stadium, y'all people. This is going to be at
No neutral site activity.
Death
On that
Valley.
one. I'll be in New Orleans. I might slide over a couple hours.
Will you with the fam?
I'll get fam to. Actually, I
Dude,
won't
that's
be.
minus 11 and a half currently, man. I think
That's
this
a night
thing might
game
be
too,
a 2.
huh?
Yeah, it's night game at
Yeah.
Death Valley, bro.
I won't be able to do that one because we're having a ball that
Oh.
Saturday night. So
With a total of already 50 and a half.
I'm at the DVR that so I can watch it afterward though.
Dude, I'm so excited to see what LSU's got. And again, we'll talk about the recruiting class, what they're actually bringing back, where they should be ranked. We're going to get into a lot of SEC action. And again, next week, you know how much we've been talking about, NBA hoops, football, the soccer style, the World Cup, WNBA basketball with my girl Jordan, who's up in the house. What up, Jordan?
What up? What up?
And we got, like all kinds of just fun stuff that we've been, discussing. I feel like we've been very busy.
Been an active summer, especially with not a whole lot of active sports in session like that.
I mean, it just feels like it's just been going. I mean, we went from the NBA Finals, bam, right up into
Draft,
the World Cup,
boom,
draft,
World Cup,
boom,
boom.
WNBA is rocking, wham. You got the NBA,
Ran through the All-Star game.
went right through the All-Star game. That under was so easy, it wasn't funny. And I took the American lead again. That was great. But again, how disappointed was I with England? And damn England. Like, choke, bro.
Yeah.
And they heard there was a little bit of like, dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. There's some drama up in there, like MASH, you know what I'm saying? But there was no hot blonde in there. You ever heard of MASH? You have?
I know what it is. I just never watched it.
Jordan?
I did.
Look at my girl.
With my grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
People say they used to fall asleep when the theme song come on. I thought MASH was a fine show.
I did too.
It was funny as hell.
It was funny. And it was like,
But it was
and-
it was one of them shows that's on late,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
early,
Exactly. Earlier.
like getting
morning.
woken up by
I
lowrider.
And their finale,
I was going to say, I think it was the most watched finale.
most watched finale, I think, ever.
Ever,
For
yeah.
any show.
Man, that's crazy.
And
I
Alan
wonder how
Alda, I
long-
think, is still living. I think he's like 99 years old.
What about, did you say Alan Hall?
Alda.
Oh, Alda. Yeah, that's his last name. I think he said Hall. I was like, he's the tall,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. And the blonde was Loretta Swift. Look at me. Don't mess with me. She was Major Margaret, aka Hot Lips. I know my older folks out there are laughing about some of that because they're thinking back in the day. It's nice to go back and remember some of the good old stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's kind of what you
I
do.
know.
You're the
I dive into
historian.
history. I know.
And right before I do go to break and get to Isaac Simpson again, and we're going to talk a lot of, fun stuff, loving hoops. I want to find out what he thinks about his Cowboys. We're going to talk a lot of SEC football with my girl Eve Van Pelt at 12 o'clock. I got Hardwood because it feels so good. My girl Jordan J and Jared are up in the house. J. It should be a lunch. Codes Dispensary, Steele, Missouri. Only 60 minutes away. Go to codesdispensary.com. For real though, we're going to take a baby timeout. Hit me up with whatever you're thinking at the Sissy Log Cabin text and listener line where life's too short for ordinary jewelry. 901-360-8255. And if I'm giving out a number, I need to give out my buddy Bill's number for real. All you people out there, if you have a little issue, if some stuff's going on with your crib, 901-406-1101. Call Bill at I Buy Houses. Any house, any area, as is. It is as simple as that. If you pick up the phone and dial 901-406-1101. 901-406-1101. Put it in the phone. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Bing, bang, I just sold your house. Hallelujah. How nice am I? You got Lloyd Patterson and Bill Bell, who are over there at I Buy Houses, two guys. You know Lloyd very well.
That's my dog.
He's your homie. Man, I'm telling you, how fast is 5 days? Close your eyes and bam, it's over. And by the way, does it feel like time's going by faster? Or is like when you get older, does it feel like time? Because I turn around And last night it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? It was 6. It's 1:40. Like it was really well. Like I looked at the clock, it was 1:40. I said, damn.
You know, at the 10:30 time go by quarters. So just 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That's how fast it seemed like the
it
time
just
goes.
flies, bro.
After
Every day
10:30.
flies for me. Like I just woke up, I feel like. Probably because I just did. We're back in 2 shakes. We got Isaac Simpson. We're talking Cowboys. We're talking NBA Grizzlies. What up with my Bows, man? What up with them Bows, man? Hey, this freshman class, what y'all thinking about? We'll find out what Isaac thinks on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Whether you're buying, selling, or just want a fast cash offer, call Bubba Sandifer at Emmett Baird Realty at 901-257-9420 or direct at 901-319-0747. Looking to buy? Bubba will help you find that perfect home. Thinking about selling? Don't just stick a sign in your yard and hope for the best. With Bubba Sandifer at Emmett Baird Realty, you get maximum exposure, serious buyers, and real results. Want speed? He'll buy it as is for cash. Want top dollar? He'll list it. Either way, you win. Call Bubba Sandifer at 901-319-0747.
Encore flavor, Corky's barbecue. We're cooking it up, down home way. Hickory smoke flavor like the good old days.
Hey y'all, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering is our specialty. Memphians have trusted Corky's to cater their events for 40 years because we make it easy for you and delicious for your guests. Whether it's 50 people or a crowd of thousands, our experienced team comes to your location, sets up, serves, and ensures everyone enjoys a Corky's all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet starting at only $7.99 per person. You can't beat it. With 40 years of experience, it's easy to see why customers choose Corky's time and time again for all of their catering needs. Visit Corky'sBBQ.com to book us for your next party.
Encore flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Being there for those we love can be so hard for people with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for those with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It prevents, on average, 8 to 9 headache days a month versus 6 to 7 for placebo. Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor about Botox. Visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX.
The best clubs never stand still. Colonial Country Club has been an iconic part of Memphis golf for generations. And today, a multi-million-dollar reinvention is reshaping its future. Members enjoy championship golf and family-focused amenities including pickleball, tennis, swimming, fitness, dining, and a vibrant club calendar. History matters. So does what comes next. Membership opportunities are now available. Visit thenewcolonial.com to learn how you can be a part of Colonial's next chapter.
Looking for that perfect piece that says forever? As did Grammy winner Lainey Wilson for her engagement. Discover the elegance of Holly Winter fine jewelry in Germantown. From stunning custom designs and engagement rings to timeless gifts you'll treasure for years, Holly Winter offers personalized service and beautiful fine jewelry for every occasion. Visit Holly Winter Fine Jewelry at the Shops of Forest Hill on Poplar, where Memphis finds sparkle, style, and something truly special. Holly Winter Fine Jewelry, 9155 Poplar, Suite 18.
Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, come hang out on the back porch. An hour full of the hottest topics and important people around the SEC and only the SEC. The Back Porch, Saturday morning at 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Always brought to you by the best of Tito's Vodka. Now, again, next week, Brett Norsworthy, a.k.a. Stats, the man, the myth, the living legend. The dude's got a brain. He's like Jay Ham, but on steroids, like on the NAD+.
He's one of my idols.
He's awesome, and he's going to be down taking care of all the business. And a big thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors next week. He's going to be live from the Marriott in Tampa. I love Bangers Pickleball. Y'all know that. If you want to bang, head on down to Snowden, head on down to South Haven, right down Getwell Road for me, baby. It's in there. I'm there in like 2 shakes. You know what I'm saying? It's the ultimate pickleball destination. Thank you, Bangers. Landers Ford in Collierville. Sissy's Log Cabin, because you know life's too short for ordinary jewelry. We got Jason's Deli. You ready to get a little grub in that belly? Jason's Deli. And then you have First National Bank and Trust. Trust me, if you need to hit a bank up, First National Bank. They got you business loans, all kinds of beautiful banking accounts, and they're there for you. Jim's Place in Collierville. Have you been out to Collierville to Jim's Place, man? They used to have Jim's Place in Midtown over here on Poplar, and now it's out here in Collierville. I have to go out there when I go see my parents and stuff out in Collierville. I got to always stop at a little Jim's Place because that place is fire. I love their bar, by the way. Gould's Salon and Spa. If anybody needs to head to Gould's, it's me, bro. Like, I hadn't cut my dome other than myself just doing the little pulling a curl over and snipping it off because it gets a little too long. Kind of like shaving the sideburn part. I hadn't cut my hair since my wedding. It was short. I mean like a real haircut. Like I said, I've been pulling it and just I'll snip off a little thing.
Yeah, because you was trying to go Kenny Powers.
I was going Kenny Powers for we were getting married. I was gonna be the best Halloween. My hair in the back was so long. Do you remember how long I got it, dude? God, that was gonna be the best. And also a big thanks, of course, to Ronnie Grisani's in Regalia, All-Star Chevrolet and Olive Branch, Jimmy McElroy and Associate, and Capital Grill. Now, you know I get to talk all kinds of football next week with Brett Norsworthy. He's going to join me every single day. We're going to go deep up in it because college football is 45 days out, baby, and I can't wait. But we get to talk with Isaac Simpson right now. Sorry for keeping you on hold for so long, Isaac. My bad. But welcome to the program, brother, and happy Thursday.
Man, what's going on, Don?
Man, I'm feeling really blessed, Isaac. You know, like, I'm enjoying everything that I've been watching with the soccer. I've actually really, really enjoyed the World Cup. The summer's been flying by because there's always, it feels like something going on. Baseball is about to kick back up. You know, NFL never sleeps, and college football is right around the corner. But I want to honestly get into a little Cowboys with you here in the next segment because that's your team. And I need to know what you think about your boys this year, the truth. I need to feel what you're feeling because you got a great pick with Caleb Downs at number 11. I absolutely love their safety. Got mad questions for you for a little bit of Dallas and a little NFC East action because the Phillies look a little different this year. A.J. Brown's now in New England. We'll talk about the Commanders. Are they going to bounce back with Jaden Daniels this year? And they've made some big moves. And, of course, the Giants. They got a new football coach, man. He likes to win. Mm-hmm. Just wasn't able to do it with Lamar Jackson. And then I also want to discuss with you the top players that the players are picking. Have you seen this?
I have not. No, I have not seen
Gosh,
that.
I can't wait to bring this up and tell you some stuff that's going to blow your damn mind. And that's great that you don't know because I can get your opinion, honest opinion, right when you hear it. We're going to do that. But I got to start with our Grizzlies, of course. How are you feeling after watching a whole lot of Summer League basketball? Carlos Boozer didn't score a point the other night in the first half or first quarter when I was watching, and then I ended up kind of like forgetting and going and watching something else. I can't remember. So didn't pay too much attention to it. So I want to know what you think about what you've been paying attention to with the Summer League and the Grizzlies.
But I think he's been as advertised. One thing, and I've talked about this a lot, and you have a lot of people out there that are just looking for highlights and they're box score watchers. Sometimes those other guys are going to pop more than Boozer. Boozer is not a guy that's going to just pop off the screen, dunking on people, and you're seeing all these highlights, but he is just a winner. I mean, in terms, you look at that game the other night, like you said, he didn't score in the first half. He ended up, I think, with 12 points, but he was like a team high plus 35 in that game. And because he just does the little things, he facilitates, he plays great defense. I mean, he's in the right spots all the time. He takes great shots. He's super efficient. You're not going to see him take a lot of bad shots. He did force it a little bit in that first half, I think. The Grizzlies don't, even though Javon Small has been decent offensively, he had a really good night the other night offensively. Facilitation-wise, they haven't done a great job of feeding the post. Hoping when they get to the season that they figure that out, because I think that's a big aspect of this. You got to be able to make a post-entry pass. And that's something that I don't think we've seen a lot. So I think that's kind of tempered. Like, I think that he could have had 40 points in some of these games if they were really getting him the basketball. But he's the type of guy, he's not really going to force it. He's going to play within the team concept. He's going to make the right play, and that's kind of what you've seen from him. So he's had the last couple games haven't been great. He's really good for it, and haven't been great offensively, but he just does the other things well. And if you want to look at some of these other guys, Darren Peterson had a bad game last night. I can't remember what he was on the floor. He ended up with 15 points, but his shooting percentage was terrible. It was like something like 4 of 17 or something crazy from the field in that game. So guys are going to struggle. I mean, it's Summer League. These guys are super young. They're not going to be perfect night in and night out. But I think as a Grizzlies fan, I think you have to be excited with everything that you've seen from Boozer. I haven't seen anything yet that makes me think, oh, well, he's not going to be who we thought he was going to be. I mean, you put him with better players. You put him next to a Zach Edey. I think you're really going to see him take off. I mean, I'm so excited about what that duo is going to be able to do in the paint.
Hi, Isaac. This is Jordan. I would say my thing with him is that I want him to be more assertive, like demand the ball more.
Yeah.
I get it, Summer League, he's not trying to show out as much, but like I want to see him like, hey, I want the ball right here. Give me the ball right now. Instead of him having to get the rebound, take down court himself.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like I've said, like I would like to see him be more assertive, because you have these people, like I said, these box score watchers, they look after the game like, oh, well, he only had 12 points and Caleb Wilson is doing this. He had 25. And I'm like, man, I wish he would really just take over the game and just say, okay, I'm going to go out and score 40.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just not his mentality. Like I'm with you. I would like to see that too, especially in Summer League. In the Summer League set, I mean, and I don't think the Grizzlies have, even outside of that, I don't think they've done a great job of featuring him. Because, I mean, he's the man on this thing. This is supposed to be his show. And you got Javon Small out there taking 20 shots. And,
Tyler
I really haven't liked how they've kind of handled that. I think they could have featured him more. But I'm with you. I would have liked to see him on his own be a more assertive. There are times where I see that he could possibly get shots and he passes them up and tries to make a pass, when I would like to see him take those shots. So I definitely agree with you there.
I'm with y'all, both of you and Jordan on that. I do have to say, though, if you look, though, and this is numbers over 5 games, if you look what he did personally to Caleb Williams in that game, like, I thought that was a hell of a matchup. I still can't believe Caleb Williams hit that many threes in that game. That was insane.
Yeah, that'll never happen again. I was like, after the game, I was like, I like Caleb Wilson, but he's not going to shoot 70% from 3. And people are like, how do you know? I'm like, that would make him the best 3-point shooter in the world.
He'd be
for a
better
guy,
than Steph Curry.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy coming in that was kind of the knock on him. Could he shoot from the perimeter? He just had, I mean, that was crazy. Like, he hit that last one from like 35 foot. I was like, okay, man, this is just, it's crazy. There's no way he's going to be doing this. Like, he can, I always felt like he was a better shooter than people thought coming in, but he's not going to be doing that. Yeah. And even though you look at the stats, I can think Caleb Wilson at 35. I think Boozer at 25 in that game. If you dig deeper and kind of look at other things, I still don't think he outplayed him. People act like he just killed him. I mean, you have to look at in intangible. He took like 21 shots.
I thought Boozer crafted his ass.
Yeah,
That's how I
when
felt.
he took on assignment defensively, he shut him down. Like he
Most
wasn't
of his
scoring on Boozer.
turnovers-
That's not who he was scoring on.
Yeah, if you're just watching box scores and not watching the game,
Yeah.
you really wouldn't understand. But if you
And he took 21 shots, and I think Boozer to get 35. I think
Was
Boozer only took
like
like 12 shots
12
in that game. He had
12
25.
shots. hmm
Yeah.
And the
So-
other thing for like everybody out there to remind you, like through 5 games, the man was still plus 48. You know,
Yeah.
if you're a number watcher.
Exactly.
If you're a number guy, he shot 51% from the field. He was 45% from the 3-point line, 80% from the free throw line. Again,
Oh,
average-
that's another thing, man. Wilson has been awful from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I think he's like 3 of 20 something or something in summer league. Like it's insane.
That's putrid, man.
Like I mean, and that's another thing. People think he's going to be this big 3-point shooter. That's not a good indicator. Usually, if guys that can shoot, they'll make their free
on
throws.
a
That's
bad
not.
team too.
Yeah, that's not a good indicator.
That's kind of giving me like how my cousin told me I'm gonna make more threes than layups. It's like make the easier shot. Work on making
Yeah,
the
man,
easier
that's-
shot.
That's
Especially
kind
since
of
it's only one shot. Like it's worth 2 points. You're
That's-
missing-
Yeah, it's
you're
huge in
missing
summer
it.
league when you miss those free throws.
everybody loves right now
the free
the
throw is-
clip. They love the highlight. They want to watch the dunk. They want to see something that's flashy, and that's what everybody's looking
Yeah.
for right now. And you're not catching a lot of clips of him doing that. But for a team, he's efficient. He still averaged 18 points, like I said, 50%. Again, averaged 6.5 boards a game. I think 3.5 assists. So again, when you talk about a guy who, you know, like, oh, well, he wasn't like flashy. You're not going to see like a highlight clip of him. Damn thing he is efficient. And let's also not forget, I don't care what anybody says. Remember, he is like, I think arguably the most polished player coming in the draft.
Absolutely.
He also
No
is
question.
facts. He's the youngest also player that was drafted in the 26th draft, y'all. He was the youngest player.
I know, and you look at the guy. You wouldn't think that. You would think he was the older, mature guy. And he's the youngest in the class. So I think that's a real positive. And again, those other guys, they were going out there to get there. When they scoring 25, 28, 30 points, think about him is he's getting 20, 25 in a lot of games. He's not even trying to score. I think that's how you have to kind of look at that. When you weigh it, I think I'll take what he's doing and tangible. You see the plus minus, and people kind of make fun of that, man. But to be a plus 35 and you only score 12 points and even score in the first half in a game where they only won by like, I don't know, 18 or something, and you're a plus 35, that means something in that instance.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. Right now, after last year, and everybody knows Jaws headed into Portland, it's a complete remake. We got to see what T.I. can do in his second year. Sure as hell better be what he did in his first damn year. I can promise you that. I'm honestly very curious. What do you think right now, the coaching staff that they've put together?
Man, well, I've made no bones about it. I'm not a big fan of Isolo. Like when they first made the hire, I didn't think he was the right guy. Demeanor wise, I don't love him. I just think in his system, the only playing guys 25 minutes. I just don't know if that's going to work in the NBA. I also think it's kind of questionable because it looks like this team is going towards being a inside out team, and he's not that guy. Like that's not the coach. He's a
He
get
likes-
up and down.
He
He's
doesn't
got an
play
innovative
defense, he just
offensive
wants
type
to
of guy.
score.
He's not we're trying to take it back to old school. He's trying to bring something new to the league. So that the philosophies to me seem to kind of be off, and it's going to be interesting to see how he coaches a team when your strength seems to be Boozer and Edie inside.
I was wondering so much, and I'm so glad that we went here, and I'm kind of curious with all, because I got a bunch of hoop heads around me. I was wondering, like, Kleiman's the guy who went all the, like, and watched this dude and brought him in and paid $1 million to get him to come here and all this stuff and screw, like, you know, Taylor knew the writing was on the wall when he was there. He was going to replace him. So this is Kleiman's guy, but he didn't draft a team that fits Isolo's style. So what in the bleep is going on? Like, again, like you said, this is a now inside out basketball team. Like our guards right now, are you joking? Again, we got we got a lot of them. And they would all be really good backups.
Yeah, I've been talking about that a lot. That's why I'm trying to convince you. We do not have a starting point guard on this roster right now.
Got
There
some
is not a
backups.
starting point guard on this roster.
Got a great G League starter. But we do, like you said, it does not match. So are Kleiman and Isolo like even in lock and step in what the hell they're making?
They don't even know.
Because I hate to tell you,
That's what I'm saying. I just think
if the owner
just,
of the restaurant buys this stuff for the chef, and the chef likes to cook like this, but you bring this dude when he don't cook.
Yeah, he's an Italian chef, and you bringing in Cajun food.
What did Bill Parcells tell Robert Kraft? If you're going to have me cook the meal, you should at least let me shop for my own groceries.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got an Italian chef, and you bringing in Cajun ingredients. I mean, it's just that's not how that works. So I don't know how that's going to work out, because, again, that goes completely against his philosophy, and I don't think people are talking about that enough.
Yeah, Graham.
He's not that guy that's going to coach a team. We're trying to take it back to the early 2000s, to the late 90s, and he's trying to go to the future like that. He's has a completely different philosophy than this roster, I think, calls for right now.
How crazy is it, man? Like you said, man, we got, of course, Edie and Boozer and Post, and we got my man Grant and Beef Stew, and like all these,
I mean, those aren't his type of guys at all. Like, when you think about his philosophy, that ain't it.
Cedric Coward could lead the team in scoring this year, possibly. You know? Like, what in the hell are we doing?
This could be a real Chinese fire drill, y'all. You ever seen a Chinese fire
dog.
drill? Where it's just people just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I do think if you're a bet man, though, if you want to make some money, man, I think Vegas is crazy as hell with the over under 26.5.
Yeah.
I think that's a easy smash. If they won 25 games last year, and they were trying to lose, and they were starting guys off the couch in the second half of the year, and they won 25 games.
Isaac, I love amazing gambling advice. You just made my day feel so much
smash
better.
that one, man. I'm telling you, that's
Screw
easy
England, by the way. Like, screw you, England, you choke artist.
Oh, man, I had Argentina, man.
But you know you felt good, dog. I thought you didn't feel good until the end, did you?
No, I was pissed off, man. They came through for me. Enzo scored their goals. I was like, all right, man, we got a chance.
This is a great question. We're not soccer aficionados, but do you think Argentina won the game, or do you think England choked? Because I feel like England choked.
Yeah, I think it's more of England choked. They just didn't play that game right down the stretch. I mean, they really effed that up. Like, there's no question.
They bent over and took it.
Yeah, so it was more of them giving it away, I think, than Argentina winning. Once Argentina, when they tied it up, I felt like Argentina was going to win. Once they tied it up, when Enzo scored their goal, I was like, yeah, man, they're going to end up winning this thing 2-1, man. And that's
because the team fights with each other like a bunch of babies, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I do have to pay a few bills. We have a 60-second timeout. That's it, baby. One tiny break. And guess what I'm doing? I'm coming back with my man, Isaac Simpson. And it's time to talk about the NFC East, his Dallas Cowboys. So don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, July is by far the best month to drive to the mountains, to the beach, to anywhere in America, from sea to shining sea. It's also the best month to come out here to All-Star Chevy and Olive Branch to pick out a new Silverado, any new Silverado you want, because Olive Branch is where all the new Silverados are. And listen to this, no interest for 5 years, no payments until maybe Halloween, because your good credit deserves it. Military and first responders, you get an extra $500 bonus. And how about the new Traverse with the third row seating? Yeah, they got that. And for all your commercial and fleet needs, All-Star Chevy is the top-rated business elite dealer. Express cargo and passenger vans are here. So check out this huge, and I mean huge, pre-owned selection. Equinox, Tahoes, Traverse, Suburbans, and so many Silverados. And if you have any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch and get the most money for it today. Together, let's drive. Don't miss the best sale of the summer event going on right now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet, or go to allstarautogroup.com.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Always brought to you by the best Tito's Handmade Vodka, baby. And by the way, people, also, you know, it's getting close to the weekend. Everybody likes to go out to their bars, their local establishments. Make sure that bad boy, like if you're a business owner, any business owner, but especially right now, if you're a restaurant owner, because I'm going to tell you right now, it is hot outside. You know, and it's not the one where you're like, it's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes. No, bro, it's just humid and hot. It's a little sticky. And one thing that can happen when it's hot and humid, you can think like you know how odors get worse in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Please make sure, folks, that you let EnviroMaster Services take care of you, because they are a complete odor prevention company, a disease prevention, a virus prevention. They are a commercial cleansing company that protects your brand. You take care of your business. Let them take care of the business that you don't want to take care of, but that is absolutely essential and crucial. Because I'll tell you right now, if it is not clean, if it stinks, I don't care how good your product is, it's not going anywhere. Because guess what? People are walking in and doing basically like the one time I did that figure eight, I went down and I came straight right back up. They're going to walk in and turn right back around. That's not what you want. Go to enviro-master.com. I promise you, you will thank me later, and your business will too, and so will your budget. Because think about it, everybody's got to take care of restrooms, right? And you got to keep your toilet paper and your hand sanitizer and your soap and all that stuff always up to par levels. That's a pain in your rear. You're trying to take care of your business. Let EnviroMaster take care of you, and guess what? It's crazy. They're going to take care of it. They're going to give you a better product. And it's going to save you actually money than you doing it yourself. How many times does it actually save you money to not do it yourself? Not very much, but it does in this case. That's how they work, because they get it cheaper than you do. Go to enviro-master.com. I promise you, over 300 businesses in Memphis right now are taken care of by them. Let them take care of you. My man Isaac Simpson needs a little EnviroMaster down there in the Big D. You know what I'm saying? They got to like get some of that stank of that playoff. Like that still feels like when Jordan Love, after that great year Dak was having, and Dallas is at home for the playoffs and they have everything and life's going great. And then Dak forgets he's a quarterback. And Jordan Love all of a sudden looks like he's dead gum Brett Favre when they went to the Super Bowl. Not Brett Favre when he was taking all the money from Mississippi, folks, with all them crazy man. and showing those. Remember that great commercial by Tick Pick? You remember that one?
I remember those.
Well, he he wasn't looking for, I would say, stadium seats when he sent that picture to that young lady. That was not his wife either.
Was not his wife.
But boy, Big D made Jordan Love in his first playoff game look like a dead-gum hero. And I just want to know right now, man, last year, it felt like they couldn't get that stank off of them. They've made a lot of changes down in Big D. They still got Jerry. It's been a long time since Barry Switzer or Jimmy Johnson walked through that damn door. I mean, what do y'all got? Tony Romo, who's good in the booth to hold on to. Dak Prescott, who can throw at a great regular season quarterback. You know, you love CeeDee Lamb. You love George Pickens when he wants to play football. But y'all did go out there and get, I think, one of the best players in this draft, a guy who's just a damn football player, in Caleb Downs. I'm wondering, what do you think the culture is going to be like? And in this very difficult NFC East, do you believe in your Cowboys?
Man, I do. Like I feel good with where they are. I think last year, offensively, they were a championship level offense. It's just they couldn't stop anybody. I mean, that might have been the worst defense I've ever seen, and they've just completely revamped that from top to bottom. I mean, you bring in Christian Parker, who go over from Philly. People in the industry are just raving about him and how innovative he is, and you just hear things about the guys, and when they talk about him, it just seems like it's a completely different culture. Like he's just changed everything on that defensive side of football. Because Eberflus was just awful last year. Like, I mean, I don't know what I don't, and then he ended up getting another job. Like after that, like I have no idea how that guy's still employed. But you go out on defense, you get Caleb Downs. I remember telling you, we talked that day before the draft. I was like, man, I want Caleb Downs, but we really didn't think there was any chance that they'd get him. And man, I mean, fell in their lap, moved up one spot, able to get him. I think could have end up being the best player in this draft. I mean, he's just a culture changer in his own. I mean, on and off the field. I mean, you hear things already about how he's leading the defense, and he's like a Christian Parker on the field, how he can read the defense and kind of lead those guys out there. I think he's going to play a big role as a rookie. You bring in Malachi Lawrence, defensive end from UCF. I'm excited about Deshaun Barham as another linebacker out of Michigan. You go get Jalen Thompson, safety from the Cardinals, who's a really good player. You got Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark with a full year together in camp. I think this defense is going to be much improved. Kobe Durant is a cornerback over from the Rams. I think this defense is going to be much improved. And I think even last year, if that defense had just been decent, I think they would have been a playoff team for sure. And I think this defense could definitely be middle of the pack. You add that with this offense with Dak and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, Javonte Williams, if he could have another big year. I really think this thing could be really solid. I mean, NFC is tough. I mean, you look at with the Rams and what they got going on, man, that's crazy. I think that's going to be tough for anybody in the NFC. But, yeah, it's just insane what they're doing. But I feel good. Like, I feel for our chance for the NFC East, I think Philly is going to take a step back. I think them losing A.J. Brown, I think that's really –
I think it's going to be huge.
I think that's going to have a big effect on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and that's I also think people are going to see something in New England. I think A.J. Brown with Drake May, you got those mean-ass backs, man. Like, dude, I love Travion Henderson, and all of a sudden now Ramondre Stevenson's learned how to catch the ball, and you know he's a beast. You got two great backs, and I still think Travion Henderson, and I said it last year, and I was proven right again. Was he not the best blocking running back coming out of that draft? That dude protected Drake May.
I was going to say, I love Travion Henderson. He's one of my favorite non-Cowboy players in the league. Like, I love his game.
And, again, you add A.J. Brown to what they did last year, I think it's going to be a big step. And you know he's going to be a captain on this team. And I think he's happy to be out of Philadelphia. I think he's going to be actually an upgrade from Diggs. Have you seen all the trouble he's in trouble? Like, I didn't know this. Did you know a dude has accused him of date rape?
Yeah, I saw that. And then he got into a fight with Travion, and then he was suing him as well. So he beat him down. So I don't know, man. They just got a lot going on. And Diggs came out and said he has about 8 kids already by 8 different baby mamas.
Trained to Antonio Brown.
So him and his brother just out there wilding out, man, in all kind of ways. So I don't know, man. Both of those guys are pretty wild. So nothing with them at this point surprises me. So when that came out, I can't say I was super surprised because it's just all kind of crazy stuff come out about them. So I don't even know, man. I'm kind of glad we got rid of him because that just I don't want to deal with everything that he has going on.
Would you say the most important thing for the Cowboys this year is by far Caleb Downs stepping in day one and completely making this whole new defense, which it's a whole damn new defense because it was an absolute piece of trash.
It's a train work. I mean,
they were dead
my
last
blood
in
pressure,
points
man.
allowed. Did you know that?
They owe me money for blood
Weren't
pressure.
Weren't they dead last in points allowed last year, if I remember correctly? Didn't they give it?
Yeah, I mean, give it like 31 points a game or something crazy.
And it's kind of wild because they got rid of Micah Parsons, who went to of course Green Bay, and just boy, it was such a disastrous. I mean, Matt Eberflus is gone, isn't he?
Yeah, up there. Christian Parker.
What the hell? Why did you bring his ass down there? We already knew.
I mean, Jerry loves the retread guys. That's his way to go. But finally, he went in a different. This is the first time he's actually gone in a different direction and went and got a young guy.
He went and got
glad that he
Christian
finally,
Parker, didn't he? The youngster.
Yeah.
They say he
Yeah,
got
so
some.
I'm happy about that because I think he's going to bring a different culture to this team for sure.
Man, and you know they also, didn't they get a new colossal facility?
You talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I mean, they got the same one that the Star at
No,
Frisco.
but
the
you
same
know,
one they
Jared,
had.
didn't he do a huge facelift? Or they were putting in a big ass facelift. I thought, you know, they like to keep all their quarters looking Gucci. And
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the facility they have up there in Frisco, Texas, I mean, it's got a hotel and a shopping mall inside of it. It's insane.
Do you think Quinnen Williams and Rashawn Gary in that defensive front could be one of the nastier defensive fronts this year?
But I really do. I mean, I think Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark having a full training camp and being together, have that time together, that chemistry. You add Rashawn Gary to that. I think they're probably going to end up signing Von Miller. That's kind of the rumor. I mean, he had 9 sacks last year, so he still has some gas left in the tank.
Good, man. Just bring him down on certain downs. Let him go out there and come 100%.
I think he's going to wait till after training camp. I don't think he wants to go to training camp, so he's probably going to wait till after training camp to sign. But I think that's something that's probably going to happen. So I'm excited, man. If that defense comes around, man, I think we're going to be a really tough out.
I got like 30 seconds. I do want to know, what do you think about like George Pickens and stuff? What's up with that? Is everything good?
Yeah, man. Look, we avoided the drama that we usually have every summer. Everybody thought that was going to be a crazy situation with the franchise tag, but he seems to be fully happy and locked in, man. So that's something that we're not used to in Dallas.
So he's
man,
not
I'm happy to have a
gonna
kind
hold
of quiet summer.
For real? He's not holding out?
No,
Oh,
man.
wow.
He's already there, man. He's even doing the extra stuff. So.
What?
So we good to go on GP, man.
Oh, dog, see, that's why I got to bring on my man who's deep up in the Cowboys and what they're trying to do this year, because they got top-line talent this year in the draft, I thought. Again, I loved what they did with Downs. I don't know how anybody could be upset with that one. In fact, I think it's the highest defensive back they drafted since, like, Mo Clark.
Yeah, that was my guy, man. It's still almost surreal
Yeah,
that
you were
we ended up
praying
getting
for
him,
him,
man.
weren't you? You were on here like, please. But again, the whole, I mean, like you bring in a new young defensive mind. You got a whole season now with Quinnen Williams that you're gonna like, and can Gary and Quinnen Williams, like, can they be like coming off that same damn, you know, because you know Gary, he's gonna be playing like the but he'll be the will linebacker, right? There are gonna be like times when he's lined up right there on Quinnen Williams like buttocks. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of got to feel a little bit scary with those two dudes trying to like take some stuff up there. You do a little bit of twist right there, Rashawn Gary be up in your business.
Yeah, but they should definitely be good against the run. I mean, they got to be able to shut the run game down, man, with what they have there. So I'm excited about it, man. We'll see.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you sitting back, relaxing, chilling, and wasting a little 30 minutes and talking about the Grizzlies and Cam Boozer and then your Dallas Cowboys, because I'm getting the fever. You know, next week, all week long, SEC Media Days. You know, I'm fired up for that as well because college football is like 45 days.
Right around the corner, man.
Oh, I cannot wait. Everybody, y'all know, just go to Isaac _NBA. That means Isaac __ NBA. Give him a follow. He's the best in the business on Twitter, and he always joins me on Thursday. And until then, Isaac, be blessed, my friend, and thank you.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That is Isaac Simpson. We got the sweet and lovely Evie Van Pelt from the Rebel Walk. She's next on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
I think it's over.
Of course you do.
I don't think it's that simple.
Everyone does.
I got all the answers.
Hit us up on the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line at 360-8255.
Everyone in Memphis knows that Bell Tavern is Memphis's perfect downtown neighborhood bar, and that Bell Tavern has a huge whiskey selection, specialty cocktails, ice-cold beer. But what those of you who haven't smartened up and visited Bell Tavern might not know is that it has terrific food. Bell Tavern has duck wings. Ever had a duck wing? It's like a chicken wing, but a lot bigger. Plus, not a lot of places have duck wings. In fact, Bell Tavern has all kinds of tasty things to share. Truffle fries, a sausage and cheese plate, jumbo pretzels. Go to Bell Tavern. Don't make me tell you again.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. Trade every match from the opening rounds all the way to the final. Last week, Belgium was trading at 2.5% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade could pay out $3,744 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know where they're at today? Check Kalshi. For limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PITCH to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. That's promo code PITCH. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prizes, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
Old Dominick Distillery is pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. From the winning atmosphere at its downtown Memphis distillery to award-winning craft spirits, Old Dominick is pure Memphis spirit through and through. Swing by the distillery bar for a pregame cocktail or celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting. Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at OldDominick.com.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, SIG, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Yes, it's that time again, and after all, you bought or sold a house 25 years ago, and everything should be the same. Wrong. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and just like artificial intelligence, AI, it's changing the landscape. Buying and selling a home today is worlds apart from when you last did it, whether it was 25 years ago, 40 years ago, or 2 years ago. Just like getting through a jungle, you need a trusted guide who has a highly successful strategic marketing program when you're selling and who also knows the trails and pitfalls when you're buying. You may have heard of me due to the fact that I not only am the worst golfer in town, but people often say when you want the job done, call Shell Dunn. Whether you're thinking of selling or buying or merely want a conversation about what to do or not to do, you can always reach me, Shell Dunn Rosengarten, at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. That's memphisrelocate.com or call me at 483-0546.
It's time for SEC Media Days. Join Brett Norsworthy as he broadcasts live from Tampa next Monday through Thursday, previewing the upcoming SEC football season and brings you interviews with players, coaches, and SEC insiders. Tune into Sports Time with Stats and Bryant Dacus from 3 to 6, and also hear from Stats throughout the day for SEC Media Days coverage on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville, Ronnie Grisani, Sissy's Log Cabin, Capitol Grill, Bangers Pickleball, and Jimmy McElroy and Associates.
Memphis's original sports station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful Thursday here in the Mid-South. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And I'm so lucky and so excited because 45 days out from college football, and I'm already looking at the lines. Next week, SEC Media Days is going down for real. Thank you, Brett Norsworthy. Stats, he's going to be down there all week long. I love all of our wonderful sponsors. Evie Van Pelt, I know she's going to have her crew down there. You know what the Rebel Walk does. It is your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Where do you go for Ole Miss sports? TheRebelWalk.com. Who founded it? Who's the publisher? The sweet and wonderful Evie Van Pelt. I haven't talked to Evie in a little bit. Gave her a little bit of break, let her like chill for a little bit. We did a little World Cup action. I was talking about the football, but now I'm ready to talk about the real deal Holyfield football, and nobody does it better than Evie. What is up, Evie? How is life treating you?
Hey, life is treating me great. I'm glad to be back and excited. I fly out to Tampa next week and excited for the unofficial kickoff of the 2026 season.
I am a little bit over the moon. I'm not going to lie. Me and my buddy Red the other morning, he came over here yesterday morning, and we already dropped a little bit, you could say, cash on Ole Miss -6 at Nissan Stadium against Louisville. I feel great about this team. I really do. I love me a little Pete. I love Trinidad back for his second season. He's the guy. We've got Lacey. We know about everybody that Pete's brought in and who he's brought back. There's a lot of wonderful storylines out there. I'm kind of curious just right now, how is everybody feeling over there just ahead of media days?
Well, everybody's excited, and I have got a pretty full staff that'll be joining me out there. So I'm looking forward to having some of my guys, some who it'll be their first time there. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah,
but
you got a couple guys that are going, a couple newbies going down this
year. Yeah, they'll be good. And so really just excited to see Pete up there for his first SEC Media Days.
Oh gosh, this is interesting too because man, you talk about different flavor. Lane will be down there with LSU and his purple and gold, and Pete's gonna be now the head guy. Guess what, man? Lane don't let you talk to his assistants, but like one time a year. You get that one shot, one opportunity.
That's right.
And then he speaks, and that's the only person that you really get anything from, him or Keith Carter, if he gives you a little nugget here and there. But this is going to be a totally different type of year. How's Pete going to do things? How different do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be funny. Pete says so much, so many words, so much, and it's because he's into it. And so many people I saw where Cole Kubelik, the analyst, said that Pete is the only guy that he had to say, wait a minute, can you go over that again too? Because it's like the dude just knows ball. So I'm interested to see kind of a lot of it's going to be dictated by what he's asked, but Pete is Pete. And he's, what you see is what you get. And so I'm excited about seeing how he answers some of the questions he's going to get.
What's going on with the new NIL deal in Nike? Because I hear that you had Trinidad and Keywan Lacey, the ultimate quarterback and running back duo, Cam Coleman, the wide receiver out of Texas, Colin Smith. They got LSU, Trey Des Green, the tight end, Dante Moore for Oregon, Jared Curtis out of Vanderbilt, and Chris Henry Jr., the Ohio State wide receiver. So this is a very interesting little package. I'm kind of curious. I don't know too much about it. Do you have a little more information for me?
I know a little more about it, but I don't know numbers. We haven't heard any numbers yet, and I don't know that. And that's what we all want to know.
But if it's Nike, it's usually a big number.
I think it's a big number. So yeah, there were only Nike announced this NIL partnership, and there are only 8 college football players that they announced, and 2 of them were Ole Miss Rebels. So
I know, which I thought was so impressive, to be honest with you.
Me too.
And again, this is more of like, I feel like, and again, I'm asking you, there's something about like almost like this is like a kind of a leadership, or a business and culture. It's more so it's not going to be just like, just do it, Nike.
Right, exactly. I think, some of this partnership is a really big deal. And I know the Nike press release said Nike leverages the full weight of the brand to provide unparalleled partnership to athletes across its football roster, giving them tools for long-term success across sports, business, and culture. And I just think, man, you just couldn't pick two better kids than Trinidad and Kiwan. I'm obviously biased because I cover them, but these are, all of them, all 8 of them are good kids. And like you say, they're not going to go out and do anything embarrassing, to mess up things with Nike. And it's just a testament to what good players they are. But there's a lot of good players out there, a lot of great players out there. So I think you're right. I think it's a combination of culture and sports and character.
I think it's awesome, and again, congratulations to the Ole Miss Rebels. But Wednesday is when we get to actually hear from Pete. Yeah.
That's you think day. Pete's gonna be asked about those buyouts?
You think? Yeah, I would say that's definitely going to be one of the things that's definitely brought up. And I'm kind of curious, how shocked are you about we got to kind of bring it out, the kerfuffle over in Oxford, and also how things ended up with LSU and their actual roster now.
Yeah, it's funny to me. I think the only thing that has really surprised me is, so Keith Carter came out and said, yes, every options are on the table if they don't get the money that they're owed for Prince William Onyealon and Devin Harper, an offensive lineman, and reports are it's about $1 million. And that's, I think people get so used to hearing big numbers out there that maybe they think it's monopoly money or something, but $1 million is $1 million. And so I applaud Keith Carter. Now, I've seen the LSU media has just gone crazy. It's actually made me laugh.
Well, yeah, I've been seeing it everywhere. Again, all year they're talking about Devin Harper and Prince, the revenue sharing contracts, the ones they have with Ole Miss Accor before entering the transfer portal and then switching over to LSU. And it's I honestly, again, we're talking about $1 million in buyouts.
Right.
From two players that transferred to LSU. And again, I just am wondering, is Ole Miss going to get this money? Truthfully. Exactly.
And, it's ironic. To me, the LSU take has been, Ole Miss must be poor if they're trying so hard to get that $1 million.
It's $1 million.
And these young men signed rev share agreements.
Correct, with
not NIL ones that are not as enforceable, but rev share
that's the
agreements.
part of the $21 million each school has that they share, every single one of them in the SEC that opted in. Ole Miss is one of them.
Absolutely. And it's Ole Miss was in the position, let's face it, Ole Miss had to go and get some folks based on this last minute, portal situation that happened to occur with LSU, but Ole Miss has paid their buyouts. And so I think, there was some talk again, and LSU media's just lost its mind trying to spin it, and I know most all of the Ole Miss media, and I don't think anybody, if Ole Miss wasn't paying or the players weren't paying, whoever it is that's supposed to pay wasn't paying, I think Ole Miss media would say, yeah, they need to pay. You sign a contract, and it's a legally binding contract, and you're an adult. You need to pay. And so I think that probably what happened, you have to know, it's not LSU that signed that agreement. It is these two individual players. And so some folks may say, well, that's not, LSU doesn't have to do anything. Well, what a bad look if you're trying to entice players.
I was getting ready to say, what are you just going to leave? Is LSU and Lane going to just leave, Harper and Prince, I can never say his name. Yeah,
Onyealon,
yeah. Thank you. Prince Will. I'm just going to say Prince Will. But Mr. Harper, and these are, full grown men who have legally binding contracts. And again, the only thing, though, is I do have to say is one thing I do have to ask you. It's already popped up on my text line. Because one thing that Ole Miss fans keep going out and saying, and I don't know if this is true or not, they keep complaining and talk about Luke Farrelly and Clemson. Have you noticed that? Like, I feel like that's one of the things that they're constantly saying. Is that true?
Well, is what
did they
is
pay
which
his
part of it?
buyout or did
Yeah,
Dabo?
I believe they've paid. Yeah,
That's what
I
I
believe
thought,
Ole Miss
too.
has paid. Yeah, I don't believe Ole Miss owes anything. And I mean, again, I don't know if it's a function of LSU has just spent an unholy amount of money. Whether it was getting Kiffin and staff and buying out Kelly and buying out everybody and spending $50 million on a roster. Some reports. To the point where, I'm sure you saw that they were going to have a big meeting at the governor's mansion with 40 of their biggest donors, and they may be going the private equity route. I mean, who knows? But they're I mean, I think if anybody is having some issues with money, it would be LSU, because the amounts are just outrageous that they've spent. But as far as I know, Keith Carter is, when he's talking about, they need to honor these, and we've honored ours. So
we got to figure out something again. Like, what are contracts worth if nobody honors them? I mean, we're getting so confused in college football.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If we're not gonna enforce them, again, what are we even doing? Which you and I have said that so many times. We don't even know what we're even doing these days. But absolutely, I think that that's something that needs to be paid, because, again, it was so late, right before, literally right as the portal was closing, and it put Ole Miss in a bind. And then you do have to go out and get additional players. And, I don't know, but, it's funny because David just asked me, who is the enforcer?
Well, the thing is, like, I thought the NCAA in this one thing, like, I thought the $21 million, from the way I understood, it was literally when you signed that contract, that was the one thing that legally bound you to the university. It's not how you sign your letter anymore. It's like, okay, they signed themselves on the dotted line. They, you know what I mean? That's that. And then all of a sudden they transfer to LSU, puts Ole Miss in a bind. Right. It was a crazy whole thing. But again, this is not the NIL. This isn't the Grove Collective. This is not. It is a different money. This isn't Nike. This isn't anybody else. This is a contract actually with the University of Ole Miss and their athletic department, having to do with where every single school signed that they were going to be revenue sharing. Every school signed how it was going to be a legally bound contract. Everybody said and agreed that if you do transfer, there was going to be buyouts. So if everybody agreed, how come LSU's not doing it?
Exactly. And who's in charge of making sure that they do it? I mean, if they're not, is this, I mean, I can't see Greg Sankey stepping in and doing anything. He's been
Greg's like, my name's Paul. That's between y'all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's I'm going to think that when he's up there at the podium this coming week. That's what I'm going to be thinking when I see him, is that. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what recourse you have other than to take some sort of legal action. And I mean, it's not unprecedented. I mean,
LSU knew they were going to have to pay when they got the players. Like, again, this was the front end. This is the thing that's like, it's not like it was a shock to them. They weren't like, oh, what are you talking about? Again, this was like every single university in the Southeastern Conference all knew. Again.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, again, I think that Keith Carter answers to, the supporters of the program, the fans, the stakeholders. And I think, Ole Miss supporters are wanting them to get that money. I mean, they are owed that money. Now, it is my understanding that LSU did pay the $3 million that they owed Ole Miss for the buyout of Kiffin.
They did.
So I think they paid that. But you know what? You got a little bit more on the table, and I just really think they've overextended themselves. And I think it would be a very bad look on their part if they allow their players to be sued, because good and well they didn't tell their players. Yeah.
Yes, that's just straight up like throwing again. And I really do still like, we have to get to a point also, because there's too many of the young athletes. I was a little bit too close to it with Savannah being, in it, and the people that she was, hanging out with and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, wow, a young person who gets a check for $600,000, and then the tax man comes and they like, what? We got to explain to our young people now that the money is involved. We have to teach them how to one, protect themselves, protect their money, and understand what it is that they're going to have to do at the end of the year with the IRS. And again, that's why I like the NIL deal with Nike, because I feel like that's what they're trying to bring, is a little more awareness with the 8 players that they picked out, because it's going to be sports, culture, and business. It feels like that's kind of what they're going to try to do to inform players around the country and protect themselves.
I agree.
And I think it's crucial, and I love it. But right now, again, with LSU, Owen, pay up, damn it.
I know, it's just such a bad look. And again, the some of the louder mouthed LSU podcast bros out there are
purple
just
and gold people. A couple guys I know.
Yes, and they just
complete bitching.
Yeah, it's like they're just outraged. And
I keep saying, all I just said, no. Did you know that you were going to have to pay the money? No. But.
You signed a contract that said there's a buyout. And again, that LSU had to have told those kids in some way, shape, or form that, not to worry about it, that they'd cover it. Because you can't lure a kid to come to your school and say, well, but you're going to have to pay $500,000 to leave and come to us. So good luck with that.
Now, we've been talking a lot of buyouts. I know Pete's going to be annoyed as hell when it comes up, but I want to talk a little football with you. Realistically, I've looking, this is the South. People have 2 Bibles. The one that sits on their bed that they take every single Sunday, right next to their bed, they take to church with them. The other's the field still.
Yeah.
And of course, I've been all up in it. My good buddy Red came over and we were talking a little football and just talking about everything. Again, I've already bet against Louisville because I'm taking Ole Miss -6. Already got it. I love that play.
I love that play.
I love it.
Me too.
And I really was kind of curious. Phil had Notre Dame 1. He had Oregon 2, Georgia 3, Ohio State 4, Texas number 5, Indiana 6, Oklahoma 7, and your Ole Miss Rebels number 8, Miami 9, USC 10. That's your top 10. Alabama, A&M, by the way, were 11 and 12, just to mention some SEC teams. Other SEC teams in the top 25, you had South Carolina 16, Tennessee 18, LSU 21, baby, Florida 23, and that's it. So I'm kind of curious, just feeling on it, and I know we got media days, so we're going to next week really get into it and kind of shake it all out. But with the fact that we talked about Prince, we've talked about the fact that Harper's gone, I'm wondering, though, how do you feel about Pete Golding, and especially his defense, because he's a defensive guy?
Oh, I think personally, and I think a lot of people are starting to think this, that the 2026 Ole Miss defense could be elite. I think it really, really could. I think that with the players that they've got returning and then the players that they brought in via the portal, everybody talks about Luke Farrelly, but I think Keaton Thomas, the Baylor transfer linebacker, he's going to be a force. So I think that you're going to see it's better. They're going to be better defensively. That defensive front is going to be monster. They've got a lot of outstanding players returning. I'm excited, of course, to see Will Eccles and Cam Franklin and the players they brought in. And then, they did a lot of work in the secondary, in the transfer portal, getting along faster. And so I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Is the front seven the strength of the defense? Because I feel like it's got to be, right?
I feel, it's so funny. You feel like it's got to be, but I'm telling you, I think they ramped up. They ramped up every position. That linebacking core is going to be something else too. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think you can't look at it and not think that that's going to be, I mean, Will Eccles is one of the top defensive linemen in the country.
Yeah.
And I just, eager to see what he can do. He will set the tone, and we'll see him at SEC Media Days. That's something we didn't talk about. We're going to have Kewan Lacey, Trinidad, and Will Eccles in Tampa, and so we'll get some time with them. We'll also get some time with Pete. We'll get him on the main stage, but Ole Miss Media Relations is always super cool and lets us have like a little private meeting with Pete, just the local media, none of the national guys, before Pete goes out on the main stage. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I mean, I just think that, God, some strong guys. I want to see how Jaheim Otis does. He kind of transferred all over Alabama, Colorado, back here, but now he's back with Pete. And big 6'5", 340-pound defensive tackle. We'll see if he can kind of get his career started. Of course, we mentioned Eccles.
By the way,
Jan Brown.
does he go by Jamarius or still, or do they call him Will? Because he came in here. He went to Houston High School. You remember meeting him, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a big boy in high school.
Will? You talking about Will?
Yeah. Does he go by Will still, or does he go by Jamarius?
He goes by Will.
He does now.
Or Big Will. But anyway, and Will has done some amazing work. He set up a Will Eccles, like a foundation, and he's already, I mean, think about this, as just a young guy. He's already provided a scholarship. He every year he gives a Houston high school senior a scholarship and for college. And I just, really, really proud of him for all that he's doing. We covered, I think back at Christmas, he makes sure, it's called the Will Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but back at Christmas, he made sure that some underprivileged kids in the area had Christmas presents and things. So he's really doing a lot. I'm really, really proud of him. I asked him at one of the media, it might have been in the playoffs, I asked him about the Will Foundation, and he said, "How do you know about that?" And I said, "Well, I know your mama," so it's kind of how I know that. But anyway, just really impressive what he's doing.
Yeah, he's an impressive young man, and Coach Bennett, he comes in every Friday, and Coach Thomas comes in a lot, the head coach, the football team over in Houston. And I can promise you when Will was over there, I mean, I remember meeting him and everything, and I was like, damn, he's a big boy. But
a big human being.
He filled out too.
Yes.
That's like the crazy thing, man. When you get in that you get into college, they put
315 pounds.
That's what I was going to ask you. What's he coming in at this year now?
315.
I think they put on, that's like, man, what is that, like 35 pounds they put on him?
Yeah. I tell you who else, everybody needs to keep their eye out, because Pete made a lot of good comments about Landon Barnes. He's true freshman defensive end from Baton Rouge. And who ended up playing, I think, in Duncanville, though, in Texas. But he has got some outstanding prep. He had a strong career last year in high school, and everybody has raved about him and what they've seen from him so far. So Landon Barnes, look for him now. I mean, he's not going to go in and unseat one of these returning guys, but I tell you what, keep an eye out, because Randall Joyner, the defensive line coach, loves to rotate those guys and keep them fresh. And I definitely think Barnes is going to be in there, and he may be the next great defensive lineman at Ole Miss.
Dadgummit, man. I can't even believe this, Evie. I look up, it's 12. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12:34. I just could talk to you all day. Your voice is wonderful and your information is absolutely always on point. I love reading your work at the Rebel Walk. I thank you so much, and I can't wait to hear all the good news and all the stuff. So everybody, Brett Norsworthy, Stats is going to be down there, but Evie's going to be down there with her whole crew. And when you're an Ole Miss fan, go to therebelwalk.com. Follow Evie at Ole Miss Evie. Follow Rebel Walk at The Rebel Walk and get all your information. What y'all got coming down the pipe?
Well, we've, like I say, we'll be pretty much focusing on all things SEC Media Days and bringing you hopefully some great articles about what the Ole Miss guys are saying and what Pete tells us in the private session. And we should get a private session with the players as well and get their thoughts on the upcoming season. And just and speaking of Brett saved me. A lot of these officially SEC sponsored things are they do not have Coca-Cola there. They have a different sponsor, and Brett always has Coke, and he's so generous and shares, and he's saved me many times.
And by the way, you know what? I no wonder I thought he was Jamarius. He's not from Houston High School. He went to Houston, Mississippi, didn't he? Because our texter just came in and corrected me.
Yeah, well, Will Eccles went to Houston High School in Mississippi. Will Eccles.
I'm thinking, the thing is I was thinking he was the big kid who went to Houston High School in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, I thought you
That's
meant
why I was
Houston, Mississippi. Okay. Yeah,
That's
well,
why
how
I thought
funny.
he was Jamarius. That's why I was like, didn't he go? And my goodness, they look like they both big kids.
Well, it's so funny because, Will Eccles definitely went to Houston
Thank you
High
so
School.
much, Texter, for getting me straight.
That's funny.
That is funny. That's 2 years I've been thinking that.
I thought maybe Will had a nickname that I didn't know about.
No,
but
I'm dead
he's big with-
serious. I am, Coe's Dispensary, Steele, Missouri, 60 minutes away. You can see what it'll do for Johnny. See what it can do for you. But I'll tell you, when you want to keep yourself straight, always make sure you go to the Rebel Walk, because Evie Van Pelt's not in Coe's Dispensary. She's taking care of business, and she will be down in Tampa taking care of business. And I really just can't thank you enough for your time, dear. I always enjoy talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always
Is David
a
going to
pleasure.
get to go with you, by the way? Or is this just
I
work?
don't know. I think I'm just kind of flying in and out, and I mean it's crazy. I mean, we're working our tail off when we're there. So he may hold the home fort down.
Well, it's got to be fun right now over at the Rebel Walk when you're covering everything Oxford, because it's been a hell of a year and it's just been rolling, just like the Rebel Walk. Evie, thank you so much and be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Have a great weekend.
That is Evie Van Pelt. I'm so late for a break. I apologize to the wonderful people, but guess what? That was fun stuff. You can't help yourself. You got to love your little Evie. Just like I love, again, my good friends at Enviromaster. Make sure they take care of your business. You don't want odors, germs, and viruses destroying your business. Well, Enviromaster has you covered. Go to enviro-master.com. I got a little bit of wood. I got some bets. I love y'all. I'll see y'all on the other side in a minute and 30 seconds. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, everybody. July is by far the best month to drive to the mountains, to the beach, to anywhere in America, from sea to shining sea. It's also the best month to come out here to All-Star Chevy and Olive Branch to pick out a new Silverado, any new Silverado you want, because Olive Branch is where all the new Silverados are. And listen to this, no interest for 5 years, no payments until maybe Halloween, because your good credit deserves it. Military and first responders, you get an extra $500 bonus. And how about the new Traverse with the third row seating? Yeah, They got that. And for all your commercial and fleet needs, All-Star Chevy is the top-rated business elite dealer. Express cargo and passenger vans are here. So check out this huge, and I mean huge, pre-owned selection. Equinox, Tahoes, Traverse, Suburbans, and so many Silverados. And if you have any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch and get the most money for it today. Together, let's drive. Don't miss the best sale of the summer event going on right now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet, or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Rebel Nation, get the latest on everything Ole Miss sports with the Cannon Motors of Mississippi Rebel Yell Hotline. Join Rebel insiders Chuck Rounsville, Yancey Porter, and Gary Darby Monday nights at 6 as they break down the latest with the Rebels, along with even more insight from special guests. Rebel Yell Hotline, Mondays at 6 p.m. on WHBQ.
Stay up to date with everything going on in Ole Miss athletics with Rebel Yell Hotline every Monday night from 6 to 7 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. Had to make sure I knew the name of my show after I got everything so screwed up on that other side. Thank you, Texter. Really thought my homie Will the badass all year last year. I'm like, that's my homie from Houston, brah. You're Marius. Oh, Lord. Steele, Missouri, brother. Steele, Missouri. I do also want to tell y'all, please do me a favor. Don't paint powder coat. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're powder coating, your stuff's going to last forever because it won't rust, it won't chip. It doesn't fade. It bonds to the metal. Anything metal, ornamental, automotive, you name it, they do it. Like my homie got his fishing hooks powder coated. He's serious about fishing, bro. And he's like, man, yeah, they don't rust, they don't chip, they don't fade. These things last forever. I got the real deal Holyfields, man. He get them big old bass. You know what I'm saying? Them big old fish. The big old mouth. Do you like catching fish?
I've never been fishing, John.
Jordan, you catch fish?
I do not.
Jay?
Been fishing one time in my life with the Boy Scouts. That was the only time I went.
I ain't even been in the Boy Scouts, John. I was an athlete. They told me I had to choose. You can go to Boy Scouts or you can go shoot the jumper.
See, I like going like deep sea fishing. I like going out and fishing on a boat, you know. Like I like fishing on a boat. Like when I think of fishing, I think, you know, you go on a boat. That's just how I think. Yeah. Or, you know, you go out and walk out on the pier. Yeah. Like late at night and you're just sitting there with your homies drinking a cold beer out on the pier and you just drop a line and you just fishing for like some catfish off the bottom, whatever. Yeah. Just kind of like wasting some time, loving life.
I was about to say sitting on the dock of the bay wasting time.
Sitting on the dock of the bay. Just enjoying a little bit of life. And, you know, I went fishing. This is terrible. If my wife's listening, she's going to beat me. First time I went to Arkansas, okay, I'm from Memphis, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like for real, and I know we're in the South and everything, but I'm not, like y'all three together combined have fished once. Okay? I never considered myself bougie, but I have been blessed to go out. I have a very, 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 very smart kid and got friends who had money. And I've been deep sea fishing, and when we went fishing, I like to go out fishing on a boat, and I've sat on docks, and I've enjoyed doing a little fishing. But when I went to Arkansas to see my wife and meet her family for the first time, and this is way back when we were dating and stuff, and things were getting a little more serious, you know, it was like 6 months in, so I'm like, she's like, come to Arkansas and meet my family. I'm like, damn. Now, I do love them more than anything, by the way, now that because we family, and I really do, especially my Aunt Connie. She's the best. But I am not a fisherman. I don't like touching worms. I sure as hell ain't gonna put a live cricket on and hook his ass. That's so mean. I don't like when minnows are running around in there. I got to stick my hand in there and get this little slick fish and try to then hook his live ass. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking about you down with cricket protection now?
Bro, you know me. I take them outside. Only things that I kill are mosquitoes, wasp, and poisonous spiders.
So
Like I
you
took
don't
the
kill the
spiders
cricket
outside.
for keeping up all that damn noise?
No, I like crickets.
Okay. I'm just verifying.
And you know, bees are my favorite. I'm a
You
bee.
did tell me
bee, like that's why I have all those bee flowers. That's why when I go outside, I'm like Hakuna Matata or something, man. I sit down, smoke some Coast Dispensary, and like 8 bees land on me and stuff.
As long as you ain't got no honey on you, you all right.
Man, they good to me, bro. They don't sting me.
You got a beekeeper
because
suit?
I don't fear nothing.
You ain't got a beekeeper suit on. Hey, you the man.
Bees love me. And I even take the wasp nets and they get all pissed off.
They love you until you talk bad about Beyonce.
Yeah, they all right.
They come to get you then.
And I just move them junks. The best thing to do is, since I don't mind getting the wasp nets, you go and put them in your neighbor's house who don't like them. Not my neighbor, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about like y'all's neighbor. They don't listen. But back to the fishing. Dude took me in a boat, took me in a truck that looked like something off. Like, remember when, what was the big truck that used to fight everybody? Big Wheel or
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot. Was it Bigfoot? Was that the big monster truck?
Bigfoot Gravedigger.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Yeah. I felt like I was in a Bigfoot truck. We drove through like a field. There's not a road. Like over yonder through the field, and here's the house we go. I'm like,
he was going mud.
I thought he was like, I didn't know if he was taking me out like to kill me or something. Man. I was like, oh dang, he's got like 5 guns in the car. He's got like 5 fishing rods, and he's taking me. And that's when So anyway, I go and I think we were going on a boat. No, dude, he just parked turned up, backed his truck up, and sat parked on the corner of the a pond in the middle of the woods. No boat, no shade tree.
So you just went and stood in the middle of the pond?
I broke 3 lines in like 10 minutes, man. Cause he had one of them hard things, was like a flippity thing. Like you had to cast it out and then flip it or something, man. I had the wire everywhere. This dude was like, you are about as dumb as a box of rocks. But he said it very country. And I just looked at him and said, I'm sorry. I have a screwdriver and a hammer and that's it. And a shovel. But I don't know how I got on fish. Oh, yeah, because my homie's so into fishing, he had his fishing hooks powder coated. Because they don't rust, they don't chip, they don't fade. And my homie did his car. Looks so good. And you try to, homie try to key his car. No, not so fast because it bonds to the metal as part of the car, bro. Go to Rick's Powder Coating, largest batch ovens in the Mid-South. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Jordan.
Yes.
What's going on in the world, man? Tell me something funny that you've been seeing in life. Anything get you?
Nothing funny, but Asia Wilson won 2 ESPY awards last night. The ESPY awards were all right, I would say.
The ESPYs were last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they weren't even on ESPN. They were on ABC.
Huh?
It was all right.
I didn't watch.
I actually was working all night last night because it was kind of a slow night.
I'm not really an award show guy.
I'm not either. I'm really not.
I used to like the MTV, VMAs.
Now, I will tell you something now. Back in the day, I'm not going to, Stuart Scott's speech from Cancer.
The speeches and the tributes.
Then you go back to Jimmy V.
Yeah, I like those.
And if you just want to go back because you're the historian, like Jim Valvano.
Very first ESPYs.
When he won, when he got the job at NC State, when the ACC was really just forming, Coach K's over at Duke, and they were tight, And have you ever thought about who NC State? NC State, to get just in the tournament, had to win the ACC tournament. They had to get through this guy named Michael Jeffrey Jordan in North Carolina.
Ralph Sampson, too.
Then they played Fly Slamma Jamma in Houston, bro. Elijah Wan.
They had to beat Virginia in the ACC tournament and in the NCAA tournament.
Yes, that's right.
They had to beat them twice.
That crazy ass run with that team, and it was like destiny, bro.
That's why it's all that slogan is called Survive and Advance.
And Survive and Advance. And it's that's why we play sports. And I didn't even expect to go here. Because you brought up the ESPYs, and that's one of the greatest speeches, man, ever. It's like he was born to make that speech. He was. And he was so great on TV, but NC State believed him. Like, they screwed him and threw him to the wolves for what everybody was doing. Like, what was it? After they won, they sold their shoes and had a couple extra sandwiches. If I remember correctly, he went from basically a lifetime contract and he's the man after winning a national championship they tried to shame his ass.
And then he ended up having cancer.
And he also became, him and Dickie V basically made with college basketball. To be honest with you, I got to give those two men so much credit.
They put cancer awareness on the map.
But also
Coach K was with them too.
And yes, and brought joy and just knowledge and excitement, because college basketball wasn't covered the way Valvano and Jimmy Dickie V did. Well, and I know you probably don't remember this, Jordan, because you don't see it, but I can just tell you, like, it was like ESPN with, Dan Patrick and Stuart Scott and all the new guys and the old guys and Chris Berman. Wop, 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 wop. I can't do it. Wop. But it just, I don't know, man. That was the best, and I just got off because everybody just sat here and said, go to break, go to break, go to break. I'm in the middle of a great thing. I was touched. My heart was touched. I love you, Jimmy V.
Hey,
I love Stu Scott, man.
If you laugh and you think and you cry, that's a full day.
That is a great day. And
you gonna start blaming me, Don. I'm just getting the cue in your head. That's all.
Just do me a favor, man. Y'all go watch The Speech, because that's the name of it. In fact, I've been on a 30 for 30 hole because it's the way I've been actually. You know how I've been history channeling to go to sleep lately. It's the reason I don't do 30 for 30, because I'm going to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, because I'll turn those on and watch a good 2 or 3 of them.
Watch another one, then watch
and
another
man,
one.
I've watched Booyah and The Speech and just a bunch of great ones. Man, that damn 30 for 30 special is something.
That's one thing at that network they definitely do right.
Hell, I even watched it was sad. I watched about the XFL, and you had what was it, Dick Ebersol and Vince McMahon, two powerhouses come together and create the XFL. But it also reminded me how old I am, because that was my first big boy job.
And you know
the Memphis Maniacs.
And you know that they were one time kind of partners.
Yeah, dude. Dog.
With Saturday Night's Main Event and all that stuff.
And Dick made
Saturday Night's Main Event actually is taking place this weekend.
And I got to break for real. I'm sorry. Back in 2 Shades of a Lamb's Tail, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to download our Hub 901 app for instant access to Sports 56 and all the Flynn broadcasting stations from anywhere. Go to the App Store and get the Hub 901 app today.
Hello, I'm Ford Canale of Canale Funeral Directors. For more than a century, the Canale family has been honored to serve Memphis families during life's most difficult moments. In fact, Canale Funeral Directors is proud to be the oldest continually operating business in Memphis, built on a tradition of compassion, dignity, and personal service. When a family places their trust in us, we understand it's about much more than arrangements. It's about celebrating a life, honoring cherished memories, and providing comfort when it's needed most. Whether you're planning ahead or facing an immediate need, our experienced and caring staff is here to guide you every step of the way. From our family to yours, thank you for allowing us to serve generations of Memphis families with the respect and attention they deserve. Canale Funeral Directors, quietly caring since 1843.
It's time for SEC Media Days. Join Brett Norsworthy as he broadcasts live from Tampa next Monday through Thursday, previewing the upcoming SEC football season, and brings you interviews with players, coaches, and SEC insiders. Tune into Sports Time with Stats and Brian Dacus from 3 to 6, and also hear from Stats throughout the day for SEC Media Days coverage on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Brought to you by First National Bank and Trust, Jason's Deli, Gould's Salon and Spa, Jim's Place in Collierville, and All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch.
That is one of those things, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Do y'all realize the golf is on this thing called British Open?
They've been rolling since.
But ever since England screwed me yesterday, I ain't even talking about you damn English.
They started like 2 this morning, too.
I don't want no English food, no, man, hell no. I'm trying to think, besides spotted dick, what do they eat?
You down with Slick Rick, so you all good.
Jordan, I am telling you right now, I don't know. Like right now, it's not a time for gambling, to be honest with you. But if you out there are just one of them guys who are like, man, I need a fix. I got to get one. Ah. Don't worry. I have you covered. We're talking about a little bit. We had 2 basketballs, 1 game got canceled. How the hell we went from 2 NBA, WNBA games, and now the Liberty and the Wings ain't playing?
Mechanical flight.
Yeah.
Mechanical
like
issue.
Not in
with
the
that
air,
flight.
right?
No, they were on like the tarmac for 10 hours.
Oh, damn, bro. Why were they on there 10 hours? Don't do that to folks.
And they got like some wildfires.
They did that to me in Dallas. They left us in the house, like just on the thing for. I was pissed. 3 hours. The flight wasn't 3 bleeping hours.
Yeah, they got like some wildfires up in Toronto that's bleeding over into New York. So.
There was somebody on TikTok Live. They showed their camera and it was like, it looked orange. I said, bruh, in a Bollywood movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's ugly up that way right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry for all the people up there. Thoughts and prayers to all those. Hopefully, all the first responders and firefighters and everybody can be safe and save a lot of people's lives.
Right.
Get out there and get that work in. But we do have the Fire and the Mystics. Do we have anything that's exciting that's just kind of pop for you for the Fire and the Mystic, which is at 6 o'clock on NBA TV?
I would say Carla Liet. I want to say that's how you pronounce her last name.
She is averaging 15.3 points, 5.8 assists per game, and 2.4 rebounds because I'm looking at her right now.
I would go about a little over on her assist. Because this is their last game was the 4 overtime game that they had. So I would go more on their on her assist at least.
So you're telling me that the Fire, they played because she plays for the Fire, right? Yeah. So the Fire,
the last Fire and Mystics
4 overtime.
Their last game, the last Fire and Mystics game was 4 overtime. So
holy hell!
Yes.
The Mystics won that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they were dog tired, honestly. They could not.
It's a rematch from these from a couple weeks ago with them.
Crazy thing is I was looking at the line. Do you realize that Washington's actually a 6.5 point favorite
at the crib? That can make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But you would never know.
But
you
like
never
that
know
many overtimes, man. I mean, this thing could be tight, man. I think it could be tight. But we're gonna go again with that young lady and over in her assists.
Yes.
I love it, man. Hey, JJ, you got anything for me, man?
Nothing that ain't already been said.
Man, that's wonderful. Did you play good at Hoops on Tuesday?
Yeah, I missed a 2-footed dunk though.
Oh no!
Take Kiki Arifin to get that double in that Mystic Fire game.
Dude, did you hear that, Bob Bain? Take Kiki! Everybody, do me a favor. Y'all get out there and make that world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, Sid.
Yeah?
You know what's coming to the Peabody Hotel, right?
What's coming to the Peabody Hotel? You have got to tell me.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool and amazing.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
It's time for SEC Media Days. Join Brett Norsworthy as he broadcasts live from Tampa next Monday through Thursday, previewing the upcoming SEC football season and brings you interviews with players, coaches, and SEC insiders. Tune into Sports Time with Stats and Bryant Dacus from 3 to 6, and also hear from Stats throughout the day for SEC Media Days coverage on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville, Ronnie Grisani, Sissy's Log Cabin, Capitol Grill, Bangers Pickleball, and Jimmy McElroy and Associates.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy